So, here's a picture of a Muslim praying. Notice that this is the same book you just cited to show that Jesus prayed like Muslims. Matthew 26:39 reads, "And he went a little beyond them and fell on his face and prayed, saying, My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me, yet not as I will, but as you." Beyond this, Jesus prayed in different positions. John 17:1 states, Jesus spoke these things, and lifting up his eyes to heaven, he said, Father, the hour has come, glorify your Son, that the Son may glorify you. So this is meant to show that Jesus prayed like a Muslim, and that he must have been a Muslim, and that followers of Jesus should therefore convert to Islam.
The religion of Jesus was Islam. The religion of Moses was Islam. The religion of all true prophets of God is Islam. The religion of Moses was Islam. The religion of Jesus was Islam. The religion of speech by Muhammad was Islam. It was nothing but Islam. Moses was alive with us, and if you asked him, "Oh Moses, what is your religion?" His Torah is not in his Talmud, is not in his Mishnah, is nowhere to be found in Jewish literature. The word Judaism is not to be found. You see, it's a concocted word. But if Moses was alive and if you asked him, what is your religion? He would say that my religion is a religion of total submission to God's will. A lengthy definition. But one word for that in the Arabic language is Islam. Islam means a religion of total submission to God's will. If Jesus was alive with us today, or in his second coming if we have a chance to meet him, and if we ask him, so, "Oh Jesus, what is your religion? Are you a Roman Catholic or an Anglican or a Presbyterian or a Lutheran or a Jehovah's Witness?" Expect him to say that my religion is a religion of total submission to God's will. Lengthy definition. One word for that in the Arabic language is Islam. This is what he came to teach. But if the people, his followers, they took his religion off the rails, actually Paul, they are all following Paul. They are not following Jesus. If they follow Jesus, they will be Muslims. See, because Jesus was teaching them nothing but Islam. The Father in heaven, worship him. They start worshipping Jesus. See, this is not his teaching. But the religion of Jesus was Islam, and he was a Muslim. In the Garden of Gethsemane, you read in the Bible that he went there and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed to God. He made the sujood and prayed to God, said, "Oh my Father, mere ma'bud, if it be possible, let this cup pass away from me, but not as I will, but as thou wilt." One word for that, not as I will, but as thou wilt, is a Muslim. I have submitted my will to the will of Allah. Jesus was a Muslim and his religion was Islam. What did Jesus say? And this is life eternal, that they should know thee, the only true God, and Jesus Christ whom thou hast sent. Do you believe that? If you don't, you're not a Muslim. We believe that there is but one Allah and Hazrat Isa alayhi salam was his messenger. I says, you remember, you read there, it says, and Abraham fell on his face and prayed to God. I'm quoting from the Old Testament of the Christians. And Abraham fell on his face and prayed to God. And I quote again, and Moses and Aaron fell on their faces and prayed to God. And again, and Joshua fell on his face and prayed to God. How does a man fall on his face and pray? Except the way we Muslims do. But they are ashamed to humble themselves like their God did. It's an amazing thing. Everything the Muslim does is in his book.
there is a question, is the attitude of Islam to history. And in fact, what we find, the basic attitude is that all history is in fact an Islamic history. That means that all the major figures of history basically are Muslims. From Adam down to our own time. So if the Jews or the Christians are demanding something and basing it on the fact that there was a king called Solomon, or a king called David, or a prophet called Moses, or Jesus, then of course what they are doing, they are saying something which is not true, or in fact they don't know that all these figures were basically Muslim figures. They were, in fact, since the creation of the world there is only one religion, and this is the religion of Islam. So if anybody says, look, there is a place which is connected with Solomon, and that's the place where the Temple of Solomon stood, a true Muslim would tell you, yes, absolutely right, but don't forget that Solomon was a Muslim, and David was a Muslim, and Abraham was a Muslim, and Isaac was a Muslim, and Jesus was a Muslim. This is what I mean by the Islamization of history. And you can understand that through Islamization of history, but Islamization of geography, anywhere which was connected with these people, or with these prophets, which were all Muslims, becomes a Muslim territory.
Terima kasih ya yang sudah tonton video ini sampai habis. Jangan lupa untuk share video ini jika merasa video ini bermanfaat. Cek dan share juga video-video kami yang lainnya ya.